This question comes from Max, who asks, what if we built an elevator to space?
A space elevator is one of those ideas that sounds simple at first. Just a cable stretching from the surface of the Earth up to a point beyond geostationary orbit, and then ride a climber straight into space. But once you dig into it, the challenges and consequences are enormous.
First, the engineering. Earth's gravity pulls on everything, and the further up you go, the stronger the centrifugal force from Earth's rotation pushes outward.
A space elevator would need a material stronger than anything we currently can manufacture, some kind of carbon nanotube or other super material. Even if we somehow built a cable thousands of kilometers long, it would have to withstand storms, earthquakes, and even orbital debris.
Next, the speed and energy. Unlike a rocket, a space elevator could provide continuous, relatively low-energy access to orbit.
A climber could slowly ascend, carrying cargo, satellites, and eventually, humans. The trip would take several days, but the fuel efficiency would be incredible compared to rockets. It could revolutionize space travel, drastically lowering costs for launching satellites or building stations in orbit.
Then there's the danger from space debris and micrometeoroids. Earth's orbit is crowded with old satellites, spent rocket stages, and tiny fragments moving at thousands of kilometers per hour. A collision with the cable could cut it or destabilize the elevator. Shielding, monitoring, and maybe even active debris removal would be essential for safety.
Weather is another big concern. Tornadoes, lightning, hurricanes, these natural forces could strike the base of the elevator.
Engineers would need to anchor the structure in a remote location or even on an ocean platform. And the cable would have to be flexible enough to sway with winds and storms, but strong enough to avoid snapping.
The economic and social implications would be huge. Access to orbit would no longer be limited to governments and billionaires.
Space elevators could open the door to manufacturing in zero gravity, asteroid mining, and even tourism. We might see orbital cities or huge solar power satellites beaming energy back to Earth.
But it's not all positive. A space elevator would be a tempting target for sabotage or terrorism.
If someone were to cut or destabilize it, the consequences could be catastrophic, with debris raining down on Earth and massive economic damage. International treaties and security measures would be needed to protect it.
Then there's the physics of weight and balance. The elevator needs a counterweight beyond geostationary orbit to stay taut.
If the cable stretches too far or the counterweight is lost, the whole system could collapse. It's not just a building problem, it's a planetary scale engineering problem. If we assume we could overcome all these challenges, the elevator could transform humanity's relationship with space. Launching satellites would be easier, cheaper, and safer. Space stations could be expanded, and deep space missions might use the elevator as a staging point. It could enable mining of asteroids or moons, providing resources we can't get on Earth. Human colonization of other planets might also benefit. A space elevator could deliver the building materials, fuel, and even settlers into orbit without rockets. From orbit, spacecraft could travel to Mars, the Moon, or beyond with much less energy. Essentially, it would act as a bridge between Earth and the solar system. The elevator would also change our view of physics and material science. We'd need to develop ultra-strong materials, better energy storage systems, and precise robotics to operate the climbers. In the process, we'd probably invent technologies that could also improve life on Earth. In the end, a space elevator would be a monumental achievement, but not an easy one. It would require global collaboration, cutting-edge science, and careful planning. If humanity succeeds, we could open the door to a true space age, where orbit is no longer the exclusive domain of rockets and billionaires, but a new frontier accessible to all.